Tonight, as you lay down, maybe under a warm blanket, maybe with the lights dimmed, I invite you to close your eyes. Let the world slow down. Let your thoughts float freely like stardust in space. And now, imagine a single atom. Just one. So small, so silent. But it holds the story of the entire universe. Not a character in a fairy tale, not a god or a monster, but something real, something ancient, something inside you. This isn't a story about you. This is a story of you, and it begins before anything else ever existed, before Earth, before stars, before time as we know it. 13.8 billion years ago, there was no light, no sound, no space, no time, nothing, not even darkness, because darkness needs space to exist. Then, everything happened. In less than a fraction of a second, the universe burst into existence in an event we call the Big Bang. Not an explosion in space, but the creation of space itself. The very fabric of reality stretched and bloomed. The early universe was hot, dense, and unimaginably small, like a cosmic soup boiling with pure energy. And from that energy, matter began to form. First came quarks, the tiniest building blocks. Then protons, neutrons, and finally atoms. But not the complex atoms you know today. Not carbon, not oxygen, not iron. Just the lightest and simplest, hydrogen, and a bit of helium. One of these atoms, a single proton with one little electron orbiting, would someday be part of you. But back then, it was just drifting in a sea of glowing plasma, too hot for anything to settle. As the universe expanded, it cooled. Light broke free. For the first time ever, the cosmos could see itself. And that's where our atom's journey begins. Floating freely in the vast, newborn universe, billions of years ahead. Endless possibilities, and not a single plan. Imagine being that atom. No sense of time, no direction, just floating. For millions, even billions of years, our atom drifts through expanding space. It sees the formation of the first stars, giant, bright, unstable furnaces, lighting up the darkness. Sometimes it's pulled toward them, sometimes away. It passes through gas clouds, solar winds, and interstellar dust, alone, but never lost, because gravity, ever so gently, is writing a story without a pen. One day, that atom joins with others in a massive cloud of gas and dust. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, it's being pulled into something, the beginning of a star. Billions of years have passed since the Big Bang. The universe is now filled with galaxies, stars being born and dying in spectacular beauty. Our atom, our cosmic traveler, has been drifting through the Milky Way. Quiet, patient, a witness to the birth of time itself. But one day, a new kind of dance begins. Far away, in a spiral arm of the galaxy, an enormous cloud of hydrogen and dust starts to collapse, triggered, perhaps, by a nearby supernova. Gravity pulls inward, slowly, relentlessly. That cloud begins to spin, and within it, a fiery object begins to form. The early, chaotic heart of our solar system, the Sun, is being born. The temperature in its core soars to millions of degrees. Nuclear fusion ignites. Hydrogen atoms fuse to form helium, releasing light and heat that will one day shine on Earth. Our atom, now part of that cloud, is pulled into the spinning disk surrounding the infant Sun. But instead of falling into the star itself, something else happens. A tiny clump of matter, dust, rock, metal, begins to gather around it. This clump will grow, collide, melt, and freeze. Over millions of years it will become a planet. Earth. The ground beneath your feet was once a violent molten sphere, spinning through darkness. The young Earth is no paradise. It's a world of volcanoes, meteor impacts, and oceans of liquid rock. There's no oxygen, no life, just fire, gas, and chaos. Our atom, embedded in a bit of dust, is pulled into Earth's gravity. It slams into the hot surface, fusing with minerals, becoming part of molten rock deep below. For millions of years it remains trapped inside Earth's crust, buried under pressure and heat. Time passes, the crust cools, oceans form, rain falls for centuries, lightning cracks the sky, and somewhere, in a shallow pool of water, where chemicals swirl and lightning strikes, something impossible happens. Life begins. It's not life like you or me, just tiny molecules that copy themselves. But they grow, split, and evolve. And in time, some of those molecules need atoms like ours, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, to build themselves. Our atom is released into water, then absorbed by a simple cell. For the first time in its journey, it is alive. That first cell divides. It's eaten. It multiplies. Our atom leaves it, floats through the ocean, and enters another. Time becomes strange again. Millions of years pass, unnoticed. But the life forms grow more complex. Our atom becomes part of a seaweed, then a jellyfish, then a trilobite. Each time it is used in a different way. Sometimes it's in a membrane, helping with energy. Other times it's in the backbone of DNA, carrying information forward. And as life crawls onto land, our atom follows. It becomes part of a fern, then a reptile, then a feathered dinosaur. Yes, our atom may have once been part of a T-Rex claw, then buried, released, swallowed, grown, recycled. The Earth changes, continents drift, ice ages come and go, species die, others evolve. One day, a creature appears. With hands, eyes, tools, and a mind that can wonder. A human, maybe in ancient Mesopotamia, or in the Indus Valley, or perhaps just a few centuries ago, and in a simple breath, perhaps during a meal or a walk under the stars. That atom enters a human body again. The Earth has changed again. Forests have grown, ice has melted, and in the vast plains of Africa, something remarkable has happened. A new species has emerged. One that walks upright, builds tools, and lights fires. Homo sapiens, us, our atom, now part of the food chain, passed through water, air, plants, and animals, finds itself inside the lungs of a human, breathing beneath the stars. Perhaps it entered the blood through a breath of cool night air, or maybe it came from a cooked root shared by a fire between early hunters and gatherers. This human is not like other animals. They do something extraordinary. They wonder. They look at the moon and ask questions. They bury their dead. They leave paintings on cave walls, telling stories with hands covered in ochre, made from minerals in the earth, where our atom once slept. Maybe our atom becomes part of that hand. Or maybe it becomes part of the spark in a brain cell, one that forms a thought. The first thought of a name, a place, a dream. From this point on, our atom will live in minds that dream of gods and stars. Time moves forward. The first villages form, then cities. Our atom may become part of a Sumerian's breath or a pharaoh's bloodstream. It may pass through a Greek philosopher, a Mayan priest, a Chinese farmer, a Roman engineer. Year by year, life grows more complex, but through it all, from fire to language to writing, this little atom simply continues its journey. Our atom has now passed through millennia of history. It's traveled the ancient roads of Persia, floated in the Nile River, settled into the lungs of a monk meditating beneath Himalayan skies. It's been inside kings and beggars, warriors and poets. It's been reshaped, burned, reborn, and breathed again countless times. It has moved through empires and ashes, through the Industrial Revolution, through chimneys and coal, through factories and forests, into oceans, skies, and cities. And now, in this very modern world, full of noise, speed, electricity, and glass, your atom continues its journey. Somewhere in your city, maybe in your childhood home, maybe in a hospital, or a house built of brick and memory, a baby is born. You. That tiny being, fragile but fierce, crying its first cry, taking its first breath. In that moment, your first breath, our atom enters you, carried through the air, unseen, inhaled in that instant where life meets body. It flows into your lungs, dissolves into blood, and is swept by your heartbeat into your tiniest capillaries. From that moment on, it is part of you. Through childhood, it drifts through your cells. Perhaps it becomes part of your bones as they stretch and grow, or your eyes, helping reflect the light from your favorite toy, or your voice box, carrying the first word you speak to your mother. Maybe it's in your brain when you ask your first big question, or in your hand when you write your name on a school notebook. It may be part of the energy that fuels your thoughts, your laughter, your tears. Our atom has no idea how special this life is. But you do. As you grow, the world around you changes. Phones, computers, airplanes, cities that never sleep. And yet, deep inside your chest, a tiny, ancient atom, forged in a star before Earth even existed, is beating with your heart. Right now, yes, this very moment, your body is performing trillions of chemical reactions every second. Blood flows, cells divide, signals pass through neurons, and somewhere in that beautiful, invisible system, our atom is active. Maybe it's part of a carbon chain in your DNA, holding the code that makes you you. Or perhaps it's in the glucose molecule powering your brain cells while you listen to this story. Maybe it's helping transfer oxygen from your lungs to your toes. You don't think about it. You don't need to. But the atom is working. Quietly, tirelessly, like it always has. Like it did in the heart of a star. Like it did in the root of an ancient tree. Your body is a symphony, and this atom is one silent, ancient note, playing in perfect harmony with everything else. But one day, maybe tomorrow, maybe 50 years from now, this atom will leave you. It might exit through a breath, disappearing into the sky, or in a strand of hair, left behind on a pillow, or in a single tear, shed during a moment you'll never forget. And then it will move on. It may join the ocean again, or fly through the atmosphere, or be inhaled by someone else, beginning a new story. The journey of our atom doesn't end, because atoms don't die. They move, they change, they recycle, and as they do, they carry with them the fingerprints of time. The atom inside you right now may someday be part of a tree that gives someone shade, a drop of water that feeds a child, a cell in someone's heart, or a thought in someone else's mind. You are not just made of matter. You are made of stories, of light, of dust, of stardust. When life feels small or heavy or too loud, remember, you are the universe, listening to itself. You are made of atoms that have traveled through time, chaos, and creation to become part of you, for just a moment. You are temporary, but the story inside you is eternal. And so, as you drift toward sleep, let this thought carry you. You are the cosmos, dreaming with a human mind. You are a mystery and a miracle. Sleep well, traveler of stars. And if this journey meant something to you, please subscribe to the channel and let's keep wondering together. Every atom, every breath, has a story. Good night.